Greetings and salutations, Pokemon fans. We're back with the last game of the week, of week 7 of the Smogon Premier League, number 17 or 16? I think 17. Anyway, we're going to watch SoulWind against JustFranco. And what do we have here? Okay, this team is pretty famous for SoulWind. He used it last year as well, I believe, or maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember. It's a good team. Like it's a very bulky core plus SDX carriers Carterrakion. And just Franco as the sample hyper offense team. That's it. That's the end. Or at least the mons are like those. You can play around with the set a little bit. As long as it's Scarf Jirachi. The rest, you can experiment with different moves on different mons and different set and different items. You can make the Night Ice Punch super power, although it doesn't really open up anything. But actually, is this a sample? No, there's no sample with Latios. There's a comp here on the sample, I believe. Latios is a bit better into some matchups like Rain though, so that's fine. Okay, so how do the player wins? Well, Sowin wins by just switching to the counter every turn and then revenge killing with Terrakion whenever possible. Franco wins by um, Volcarona going Psycho mode, which is not impossible, mind you. You can just attack with Volk, especially if this is actually Scarterakion, which it should be. But aside from Terrakion, Terrakion included, by the way, everything dies in one to Volk. Fire Blast, Bug Buzz, Giga Drain just gets nuked to hell and back. And you Landorus and Jirachi, so this is very doable for Franco if the Volcarona goes crazy. Now, we really managed to make the Volco go crazy. That's not 100% sure about that. And anyway, you lead Tyranitar if you're so wind. If you've been watching this SPL, I always say to lead Tyranitar slash Shippuden against hyper offense, and it's just that easy. Yes, there's no other play. There's no other reasonable play. There are sometimes reasonable plays, kind of, but let's say in the 99% of games, you should lead with your Sunsetter against hyper offense, and this is no difference. Even, and I'm going to tell you why. Even though it might look like Tyranitar is important, there's a Latios here, a Starmie as well, Volk too, although you have a Scarterakion, so that doesn't super matter. But you need Sand up immediately. It's just so disastrous for this type of teams. And with such a strong defensive core of Among Us, Gliscor, Slowbro, you can get a lot of stuff done with just switching around and letting Sand tick. That's it, really. And yeah, it will be Tyranitar against Landorus lead. That kind of sucks, but I mean, you just switch out to your Gliscor probably, or Slowbro. Slowbro was denied. Terrakion, you have Sand, so you don't super care about Volk. You have Among Us and Titar for Starmie, and again, Scarf Terrakion to revenge kill. You have Titar, Among Us, Excalibur for Latios, and Jirachi is kind of useless, so this should be pretty easy for Soul. Franco leads Landorus and lead Titar here. Slowbro? Why? What? I mean, okay, you get a nice beam off and do absolutely zero damage, mind you. It's not even Rocky Helmet. What is this game plan? Like, what? Okay, Skull, nice. You need Volcarona dead as soon as possible. But here comes the problem. What do you switch into this now? Rocks are up, and there's a water type in front of Volk. It likely clicking Giga Drain, and do you go Among Us? I mean, okay, you have to go Among Us into Titar, I guess. This would be so much easier if Sand was up. And this is without Sand. Vol doesn't even die to life orb. This is a disaster already, and it's turn 2. What happened? What happened to this game, man? SoulWind, come on, man, you're better than this. You know this better than me. Okay, well, you have to go Among Us into T-Tar, basically. And if your opponent clicks Bug Buds, well, goodbye Among Us. What else can you do? Nothing, right? You click Stansport the next turn and sacrifice Among Us to the Moth God. What else can you do? Terrakion. This is very dangerous, man. What happened this week? Why did two people lose by turn 3? I don't understand. Like, how? Okay, and now Crown is back to full health too, just to add insult to injury. You cannot even pursue it anymore. I don't know how you win without Terrakion. I'm sorry, this game is lost. You lose to Volk. Okay, you get rocks up, sure, that's nice. Great, and you're getting Airquaked. Oh, you do. This Lando doesn't have lefties. Tarantar is going to take damage. If this is Pex Latios, yeah, it is Pex Latios. And this is getting more impossible by the turn for SoulWind. Okay, go X spin. Just spin. Okay, Lando comes in. Tanks a rapid spin. Okay, so you know this is especially defensive Landorus because it took 69 from an Ice Beam, from Slowbro's Ice Beam, so it's max special defense. There's no other potential combination of EVs that allow Landorus to take so little. But it's got no leftovers, and so you... And it's not Yacheberry either, obviously. And so... What item is this Landorus? You just go Gliscor, right? Who cares if you tank an HP Ice? It does 50%, and you just protect the next turn, and it's fine. Because if this is Kustap Berry, which we have seen Kustap Berry Landorus on Hyper Offense, Escadrille is in grave danger of extinction, and yeah, exactly. This is exactly okay. I mean, it probably doesn't matter. This game is mega lost anyway. But can Gliscor do anything at this point? Wow, that did a lot of damage, and you weren't even poisoned. Okay, Facade. Can SoulWind do this? No, no way, no shot. Here comes Starmie or Latios and click Surf. Oh, Draco is even better because it ensures that unless you miss, you win because you kill something. And goodbye, Slowbro. Oh, T-Tar. I don't think T-Tar can tank too. That did a lot of damage, but I think it's within the range of max damage from, like, if you're not, this is not careful probably, so I think it's max damage of like 172 special defense T-Tar. Not that it super matters, but okay, Pursuit, Latios dies, maybe it's Gustav T-Tar and but yeah, even if it is, you go Jirachi, right? Jirachi does covers Gustav Titar, because even if it something stupid like Gustav T-Wave, which will be insane with Rock's Pursuit T-Wave, but even then, like, you cover that. Okay, so when... Nice witch though, because you're still pretending. I mean, at this point you have to pretend things. Right, you protect and then go slow, bro, then I don't know. I don't know, man. What do you do? Nothing. This game is done. Slowbro does survive T-ball, so I guess you just attack. Or T-wave if you have it. It's not even T-wave. Cold burn, no. Well, okay, you just rinse it. No, not that matters, obviously. And its game is gone. Okay. I don't know why the lead was not Tyranitar. You go Tyranitar. Okay, you lead Titar and immediately go Guy Score. That's how it should go. Against this team. I don't see any other reasonable way to play around it. Because else, what just happens. Your opponent gets Volcarona for free and clicks an attack move, and you instantly lose a pawn. And if it is the bad one that you don't want to lose, then you're kind of fucked. Which is exactly what happened here. I don't know, man. I cannot. I'm trying to conceptualize why you would lead Slowbro against this. It doesn't make any sense in my head. Like, why would you slow the Slowbro? It, I could see it into Garchomp, for example, right? If it is Garchomp Hyper Offense, you can lead Slowbro and probably should, because if you lead Tyranitar and the Garchomp has this turn too, you lose a mon guaranteed. So in that case, I can see why you would lead Slowbro. But against Landorus, you definitely lead Tyranitar. I think that's it. That's really that's the story of the game. This will be a short video. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's over, man. It's over. Oh, well played, Franco. Though that was a decent show. That's a strong showing, not a decent showing. A strong showing. And so I'm sorry, man, but need to revisit this replay maybe because this was a bit puzzling to watch. I've seen people complain that not even so in his manager complained that the Giga Drain roll on the Terrakion from Volk was a high roll. As in, it does. Let me check because I forgot. Okay, here we are. So we go to black and white. I'm a Terrakion, whatever. I'm a Volcarona. I'm modest. I am Giga Drain, and I am Life Orb. Right, Terrakin was at 93.7, so let's add the rocks on the field. How does it work? Okay, it's an 18.8% chance to 1 KO, and sure enough, it's annoying. But counterpoint, I think even if Terrakion survives, it's too late at that point. And two, was it really necessary to I think my idea of Slowbro into Tyranitar was much stronger, and it because okay, so if let me map this out for a bit. Okay, so we have Volk at 50% against Slowbro. Okay, right. The way I see it, the Volcarona could click any move potentially. Giga Drain, all 4 moves are potential clicks from Volk. But I'm going to assume that it's not going to click Quiver Dance because one, it knows it's not Lamberry, so there's potential for Thunder Wave, and so it's an attacking move this turn. A very high likelihood that it's an attacking move. Okay, and then you think to yourself, okay, which attacking moves? Well, could be any, more likely Bug Buds or Giga Drain, if it even is Giga Drain. Some people run Psychic, though I think Giga Drain is the standard nowadays, so you probably should play for that. Okay, and so my thought process is I go Among Us. Among Us is my sacrificial lamb here. Don't bother with. Okay, if it gets killed, great. I go Titar and pursue the Volk. And then I've killed Volcarona, and that means that my opponent now can only win with Dragonite, for which I have Slowbro, or Latios, which is very possible though. Latios becomes the main threat because one, Titar takes a lot of damage from Bug Bud's life, or two, it might even get Flame Body burned. That said, you have Gliscor and Escadrille plus Slowbro, and the last two have Protect, and you have Scarf Terrakion. So you have to outplay the Latios, basically. That's about it. But it is doable. There's also the Starmie problem, which maybe that's too much still. Okay, so how about this? You go Among Us first, and then you switch to Terrakion. It's a bit on the obvious side, maybe, but even if you go Terrakion here, and you eat a Fire Blast, it will do what, 50%? Because there's no sound up, and so you take 55% at minimum. But maybe that's enough. Is it Volk? The other problem is that Volk outspeeds 4 of these mons, maybe 5, and one it KOs every one of them. And so I don't know if this game plan is fixable if you need Slowbro at all. Nah, I'm going with no. I'm going with no. I'm stamping this as a loss. Horrible, horrible loss. Well, it is what it is, right? Sometimes you just make a poor decision and lose. That's just how it be sometimes. And that's the end of this week's games. See you next time.